All right, hey there movers, my name is Bree. For today's athletic flow, we're gonna be standing behind our tower. So you can totally do this on the carriage if you'd like. Mine's a little higher, so I just wanted to do it on the ground today. So the setup for that, for today's class that you will need are your yellow springs at the top to the penultimate to the top. So not the first, but the second one from the top there with your long yellow springs on. And then you also have your purple springs. Now this is where it gets a little unique. So purple springs, you'll need your actually safety strap from your reformer. So where you usually hook your feet in when you're doing side ab series, take that off of your reformer and then hook it into the silver loops there of your straps. Okay, so that's the setup for today. And you'll also need some dumbbells. Heavier, you decide, you choose for your body. All right, and so you're gonna step into the well. You're gonna step into the strap. And just to get a feel for what it is we're looking for, this is like gonna focus on the glutes and stretching out in the hamstrings. So step yourself away from your carriage, toes are turned out slightly, and notice how when your hips push forward, we engage through the glutes on the back side of the body. So soften the arms down by your side, and then allow the strap to pull your hips back as you inhale. And then exhale, squeeze the glutes forward and repeat. We'll start with just 6 to warm up. So the strap is hitting like right at, maybe slightly above my ASIS, like the top where the bony part of your hip crest is. And so I've got my weights ready to go. We're gonna start using those in 2 more. And then last one. Okay, so now the next time you go down, just grab your weights, bring them back up with you, and repeat that same pattern. If you want more tension now that you understand what we're going for, you can totally take a walk forward. Doesn't take much. It's got 2 purple springs on. So a soft bend into the knees. We then hinge the hips back, the weight stays pretty close to the legs, and then squeeze those hips forward. Inhale, exhale. Now that we've got that extra weight, we're going for 8 total. So that's 6, 5, shoulders staying back, spine staying long, 4, getting a nice stretch there, 3, the back of the legs, 2, and then last one. Okay, now you can put those weights down again, this time off to the side. Step back to right before the springs completely close. And this is where we're gonna start to work through some single leg movements. So with maybe your hands onto the hips to be aware of like if you are hiking one hip or the other, we're gonna start first just lifting and lowering, right leg up and down for 4, 6 total, 3, 2, hold it lifted, last one. Now step forward against that tension and then back up. Woo, without losing your balance. Step forward and then float back up. So trying that for 8 more each side. So we got 5 more. 3. I feel like I'm losing my sock. 2. And 1. So now place that right leg down. We're gonna do 6 to lift the left leg, and making sure that you're not sinking into the right hip. So strong engagement through the leg, not locked out into the leg, but strong engagement so that it's the muscles that float that left leg up and keep you strong through the right leg. 3 more. 2 and 1. Then step forward and float. Woo, back up without losing your balance. It's always the first like 1 to 2 reps that are always like, whoa. 5 more. 4. Try to get it right before the springs close. 3. 2. Yeah, so you're gonna have to push those hips into that strap. Final one. Go ahead and lower that leg down. Now turn yourself, in this case, to the right side and step away from the tower. So most of your weight now is going to be into that left leg. We want to make sure that you're not sinking the hip off to the side, but your whole body is in that alignment from head to heel. So leaning into that strap, keeping that soft bend through your left leg. You can kind of like, don't grab onto the spring, but you can like kind of push your hand or even hold onto the strap in front of your hip to then float that right leg up without trying not to move the body. There it is. 8 total here, 5 more, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so now can you try to bring that knee up and across towards the left hand. Now I gotta bring my rope up, my strap up just a little bit higher. And then, oh look, we got this little strap here. Was not planning to use it, but it's here, so why not? That's better. No, it's not. There we go. Okay, so once you found your Goldilocks, where's your sweet spot? Try to get at least 3 to 4 good more, 8 total. 2, last one. Having a hard time keeping that body still. So now turn yourself towards the back. So now we've got that strap kind of above the butt crack, below the low back, so right at the sacrum. We're going to basically sit ourselves down into a squat. You want to hold, not grip, but just like kind of press down into those straps so that when you squat down, it doesn't ride up the back. Okay, so by doing this, this becomes more of a quad loaded movement, still with the glutes, but really trying to sit the hips back so that it really focuses on those quads. We'll try that 4 more times. 3, keeping the head lifted, the gaze forward. 2, and then hold it back to pulse. Last one, we pulse 10, 9, very slowly. 7, 6, tailbone stays heavy for 5 more, drawing that navel towards the spine. 3, 2, 1. Oh, the burn through the quads. It's real. All right, so now let's see if we do a little better on the right side. We shall see. So right kind of at the hip crest, lean into the strap there. So we don't want too much tension where it's gonna pull you back, but you want just enough to where holding this position feels almost effortless. You can find your star shape, and it's 8 leg lifts on the left side. 5, 4, soft bend into the right leg. 3, getting ready in 2, and then 1. So I'm gonna hold on to my little loopy with my left arm, and then cross right arm to left leg. Think about spreading your right foot out as wide as you can for 5 more. 4, eek. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so this will really challenge your balance. And remember also a lot of that glute strength. If you feel anything in your knees or your ankles or like the bones, that might be an indication that you're sinking down into the joints rather than letting the muscles do the work for you. So now walk back forward so you can grab down for those weights. We're going to perform the similar hip hinge, but this time in a staggered stance. So left foot is forward, right leg is doing most of the work. That left foot, you just have like kickstand energy. You could lift it up if you wanted to. So now with those weights, those hips are gonna pull back, the weights kind of travel down, and then you push forward, engaging through that right glute. 8 each side. 6, 5, okay, it kind of feels better to hold on to these dumbbells neutral. So figure out for you what feels best. 3, 2, and then 1. Now stepping, just kind of hovering your right leg somewhat onto the ground, somewhat above the ground as your hips hinge back for 8 more. You drive down through that left heel to push those hips forward for 7, 6. Now what's interesting about deadlifts or RDLs or single leg RDLs in these positions is like sometimes we drive the hips too far forward and you start to dump into the back. Remember, we keep our pelvis underneath of the ribs, almost like it's a fishbowl. Don't spill the water. Okay, kind of lost track. Let's let this be our last one. Sorry, talking too much. Step back, get a little bit of slack in the lines there. All right, so now that we've kind of gotten a little bit of a taste for what it feels like to do single leg, that's exactly what we're gonna set up for next. So put your weights down. Your purple springs, they started at like a little higher than hip height, so we want them a little lower than hip height, just so they're not like up into the crotch area. So brought it down to the lowest notch that I can on my equipment. So just the right leg is gonna be into the strap there. I'm gonna pick up my dumbbells, feeling the difference into that weight or tension. So with this one, I feel like I can walk forward a little bit more, but we'll see. Actually, no. Yeah, I'm gonna play it more conservative. All right, so then we have that long straight line from the head to your left heel, okay? So now from there, keep that alignment. Your core is engaged and it's like a drinking bird. You start to tip that bird forward, ooh, and then back up. Right toes spread wide. All right, let's try this again. There it is. So not only balance, but lots of Buddha strength. Basically like a hip thrust, but standing. All right, time to move out a little bit. 4 more, 6 total, each side, 6 to 8. Go for it. If you want those extra 2, you got this. 3 more for me. 2. And, oh man, okay. That was not a good one to finish on. Finish on a good rep. Shoulders back, core engaged, nice. All right, then you're gonna let that strap fall down. Your left leg steps in, right leg steps out. Ooh, okay, not the best transition, but it comes up into that left, or in front of that left hip. Don't know what that is. Alrighty. Now doing your best to keep right toes angled down towards the ground rather than turning out towards the side or towards the right in this case. Okay, so feeling how if those hips are drawing underneath of us, you have to engage the glutes there to pull them forward, soft bend into the knee. That drinking bird position keeps the head and the heel in line. Oh yeah. By keeping the shoulders back, we keep the dumbbells as close to the legs as it feels comfortable. So not rounding through the spine, but keeping almost like a plank-ish sort of, ooh, not that one, plank-ish position through the spine all the way down to that right leg. Woo, 2 more. Balance muscles on fire. Last one. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay, step it back. Put those weights out of the way. We are done with those guys. Now we come into yellow springs, my favorite. All right, so yellow springs, remember they're loaded up the second to last from the top. Palms are flat into the handles. Keep your heels under the hips. Spine is tall, shoulders are soft. Wrap those ribs, tailbone down, and then press the hands towards the hips. 6 more, 8 total. Nothing else in the body moves. Everything else is staying stable and strong. 4, 3, 2, Yes, and then last one. Okay, so now slightly turn about a 45-degree angle, or maybe like towards 2 o'clock. So not quite 3 o'clock, not quite 12 o'clock. So stand tall again, and then pull those hands, right arm to the front, left arm to the back. So I think it would flossing, like how the kid, there's some dance move called flossing that the kids do. You're just practicing your flossing here. 3, 6 in this direction, 2, and 1. Now turn the toes to about 10 o'clock. Stand tall but not locked for 6, 5. Try to turn your heart as much to the right as you can and your hips stay to the left. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right, so now take a step back to where the springs are opened a little bit. You feel the tension is there. They're not slack. Toes are turned out slightly, and start with a little bit of a row into that high row position, pulling those shoulders back, elbows wide. 6 more, 8 total. 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Okay, so now as your arms go long, I want you to drop down into your squat and then pull hands or elbows back, and then repeat. Arms long, knees bend, legs long, arms bend. 6 more into that combo move. If doing a high row gets up into the neck, go for a low row. Turn the thumbs up, squeeze the elbows next to your side. 4, 3, 2, and last one. All right, so now turning your toes again towards that 2 o'clock position. This time, just the right arm pulls back 6 times. Your left arm is keeping a little bit of pressure into that strap there. 3, 2, and 1. So now both arms reaching towards that 12 o'clock position, and then just your right arm pulls you back up out of that squat. 3, 2, and 1. Both arms forward, both legs towards that 10 o'clock view. Pull back 6 times with the left arm, starting to warm up that side, pressing down through the right arm for 3. I think that was 3, 2, and then 1. Then squat down. As you come up, pull back on that bow and arrow. Adjust your feet as you need to. It feels like I need to go just a little bit wider. 3 more there. 2, and awesome, last one. Whew, back is feeling really good. All right, so now you're gonna switch out the handles. Left hand, just switch out the handles. I don't need to explain that, just switch out the handles. All right, so then from there, working on a chest fly, you can step the feet as wide as the hips or a little bit wider. Now make sure that there's enough tension behind you that it's not going to, like, when you push forward, it's not going to like swing you back. So again, it's all about finding your Goldilocks, especially when working with these kinds of springs. So we go for that wide chest butterfly chest press. 8 total, so you got 4 more. 3, 2, then hold the arms long, last one. Start to raise them up. Oh, see, now I need to scoot back a little bit. Raise the arms up. Still trying to keep those ribs and tailbone underneath of you to then press long and pull back. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, ooh, shaky, 2, and final one. Now open the arms out to the side, lift yourself back up. Let's work on a little bit of butterfly with your heels together. When your arms are pressing, like if you can see your fingertips in your periphery vision and there's just a little bit of tension there, and that's how I like to start. Okay, so from this position, you have your wings out to the side. Now close down and off towards the left as you bend your knees, getting a nice deep stretch through the right side of the body. And then as you float the arms out to the side, lift back up. Exhale. Oh, good stuff. Back and down. Exhaling each time you kind of curl in on yourself. Feel that stretch and reach through the left fingertips when you go to the right. One more time each side through the right fingertips as you go down to the left. And then to the right. Oh, good stuff. Awesome. Take a chest stretch by stepping forward, opening the arms out behind you. Maybe a little bit of a side bend. Switch the legs. Side bend that way. Alrighty. So now finishing up with a little bit of arm movement here. We're gonna get a nice chest stretch by pulling the elbows back. Again, find out which position feels best for you to stand in. Pilates V position, but like far enough away or close enough towards it to where that spring tension feels good. Elbows back, you get a nice chest stretch without popping those ribs. So tailbone stays heavy, then push the arms long and lift back up. Bend towards the back side of your body, push down towards the booty and float the arms up. 3 more in that direction. 2 and 1. Now switch. You pull and drag the arms up the side body, reaching long and pull. Bend the elbows up high, squeeze them in tight, reach back, pull. 2. This is like a really yummy heart opener. Final one. Hallelujah. All right, so now push the handles down, lift the heart up. Ooh, keep the tailbone heavy though. No pressure into that low back. All right, so that's my little movement Monday for today with a tall tower standing, just your purple and your yellow springs loaded on with the handles and the safety strap for some hip movements with your dumbbells. Thanks for joining me. Looking forward to moving with you guys next time, and let me know anything else you're looking forward to. Bye.